Hi, so I'm here to offer a more rigorous yoga practice today. I've been offering some breathing exercises and a gentle practice. And I thought, the world is in a strange time right now, and things are a little bit turned upside down. And really, it's off the wall, what we're going through. So I thought it could be fun to practice some handstands and get playful in our practice and work towards getting our handstand off the wall and just go with the flow, with the state of things right now, and get upside down also. Sometimes it's good to shake things up. We'll stand really strong in some standing poses. We're going to work the side of the waistline and the upper back open. Work the hips, the hamstrings, and really just have a good time together. So, when we fall down, we can laugh and be playful about it. We're in our own homes right now and also connected here, which I'm always grateful for these kind of platforms so we can stay connected. So I really hope you're keeping up with your yoga practice, and I can't wait to share this one with you. All right, so let's get started. Little music today. All right, so you're going to take a wide-legged stance. And then bring the arms out. We'll inhale, come up. And exhale, bend the knees. Open the arms. Inhale. And exhale. Just keep going at your own pace. The fun about practicing at home is if you're really moved to do a little bit more, to dance, to get a little sassy, to do yoga naked, no one's there to judge or care. Not like we want anyone to be at the classroom like that either. But we are human. So let loose, get wild, have a good time. We've got an hour of play today. Good, and this last one we're gonna hold. Palms up. If you want, you can move a little bit side to side. I'm here to give you permission to let loose, get wild. There's different ways that we can do this, but it's my very biased and professional opinion that doing yoga could be an even better way to let loose and let wild. All right, so we're just moving the arms now, getting the shoulder joints open. Let's really move. Good. Legs straight, arms straight. All right, you're gonna turn your feet to the left and then open it up and come into downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Allow your sacrum to slide towards the shoulders. Look forward of the hands, pulling the shoulder blades on the back. The inner arms lift towards the front of your mat. And then like you're a rocket, you're gonna push off the ball mounds of the feet into plank. And then a baby up dog. And then back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees. The sacrum slides towards your shoulders. Look forward, taking the inner armpits up. And then shoot forward into plank. You can drop the hips. If you want to bring your knees to the floor, upward facing dog. If that feels like too much on your back right now, you just do a baby one, dropping the hips slightly. Hips back. Bend your knees. Look forward. As the inner armpits lift, shoulder blades buoyant on the back. Propel forward like a rocket. And then if you'd like, knees down, chest open, up dog. Downward facing dog. One more. Bend the knees. Sacrum slides towards the shoulders, look forward. And propel forward. Plank. And then up dog. Downward facing dog. Bring that right foot forward again. Place the back heel down. And inhale, come up into that squat again. Now straighten the legs and arms. Turn the toes towards the right side of the mat. Good. Bring your hands down, bend the right leg, and come into downward facing dog again. Okay, again, bend your knees. Slide the sacrum so it moves towards your shoulders. And then squeeze everything towards the midline of your body. You got to hold on to this human vessel that's taking us through these times. So it's important that we hold on to what we have. And in this posture, we're squeezing the muscles towards the bones. We're definitely going to need a lot of muscle engagement as we hop. So think of the shoulders over the wrists like you did in that plank pose. Propelling yourself forward and hopping. Hey, if that feels a little unnerving for you, I can give you a modification. Still working? I'll be doing that throughout class today. All right, so if it's a little intimidating to hop in the middle of the room, and maybe your hop is more like here, which is fine. It's often just up here. So we can practice at the wall. You want to give yourself about 2 handprints away from the wall. You're here. Same actions. We'll bend the knees. Slide the sacrum towards the shoulders. And with the inner shoulders lifting towards the wall, we'll propel forward and hop. So again, this might be your hop, and that's fine. But at least you have the wall there for the moment when you get wild and you get upside down. All right, try that a few more times. And back to a wide-legged stance. Bend the knees, the arms wide. Okay, this time you're going to take the left hand under, and the right hand over. Inhale back to the middle, right hand under, left hand over. Do that 2 more times. Okay, and then this one, you bend your left elbow to the right knee, straighten that back leg, Utthita Parshva. Draw the left sits bone under as the knee comes over the ankle. And then from the left pinky toe, the right pinky toe all the way through the right hand, extend. Good. Inhale back to the middle. And it's right elbow to the knee, straighten the left leg out. Draw the right sits bone under. Take the right knee over the ankle. Make a long line from the left pinky finger to the left toes. Breathe. Good, and then inhale back to the center. Again, this time bring your arm in. Push your knee against your arm. You're welcome to use a block here. So you want some point of contact between the arm and the leg to open up that right waistline. We stay strong and supple in the body. We stay strong and supple in the heart. which is incredibly important in times like this. It's very easy to lead with fear, to become closed-hearted, just to trust in resource abundance, the connection to your own heart and the connection to others. Good. Inhale here. Come to the other side if you use the block. Use the block. Some point of contact between the arm and the leg. Use that resistance to open up the left waistline. Open your heart, soften the collarbones, lean back. Good. We're here. And inhale, come up, walk the feet together. Okay, so something at the wall. Hopefully you have wall space. You're going to stretch the left arm up, facing the wall, and then turn your right hip to the wall. Okay. So you can use your other hand to push against the wall a little. And then walk your left fingertips behind your head. Use both hands to push the wall away. Draw the tailbone under. The left ribs down and in. And then look up past your elbow. Breathe. Good. And release. So now you get a different angle. Reach your right hand up. You're going to turn away from the screen now. And then bring your left hip to the wall. Your left hand supporting somewhere by the hip. Push both hands into the wall. And walk your right fingertips behind your head. With every breath, draw the right side of the ribs down and in using the right transverse abdominis. Lean into the back body. Trust in abundance. Connect with the source of your heart. It's from there where you're going to connect to others more authentically and with less anxiety and grasping. Isolation isn't as terrible when you're connected and in love with this first, right? Okay, so we're going to come back to this wide stance, and you need a strap. If you don't have to get a scarf or a tie, you're incredibly resourceful, I'm sure of it, or you wouldn't be tapped into my YouTube channel here taking online yoga classes with me. All right, so just go ahead and put that strap by the left foot. We'll take this wide stance again. Right? Ready? Bring the left arm under, the right arm up, and then straighten that right leg. Okay, so we're here. You're going to bring that right arm down and in. Now, if you'd like to use a block for this, you can. You're going to push your hand down into the floor. Push your left knee into your left arm. Open up the waistline. Tone the left sits bone under to open the whole mid and upper back. The left lung comes under, then the right lung and rib cage opens up. Good. We'll go to the other side. Bringing the left hand in. If you'd like, you can use a block. Any height is fine. It's helping to get the arm more over the ear. Draw the right sits bone under, squeezing the outer right hip. With the right rib cage under, and then open up the left rib cage. Good. And then back to deep squat. We're going to come over again. Okay? This time bring the back knee to the floor and walk the left shoulder as far in as you can under the left knee. And then curl the right toes under, lift the knee off the floor, and place the heel on the ground. And open it up into airplane wings here. Okay, if you'd like, you can use your strap. So find your hands behind you and open it up. Right shoulder over the left. Squeeze the outer outer left hip and open it up. Extend the crown of the head out and lean back. Trust in the process of yoga. In this sequence, even if it's challenging, smile at yourself, have fun. Good. And release. Okay, you're gonna bring your strap with you and come back into that squat. Bring the strap to the other side, and we're here. Your right shoulder under the right knee, curl the back toes under, airplane wings, and lift the back leg up. Drop the back heel. Feel that connection of knee into shoulder and start to open your chest towards the front. Now go ahead and bend the elbows and reach for the strap or your hands and open up your chest. Reach through the crown of your head and breathe. Squeeze the outer right hip. Extend through the crown of the head and lean back. Good. Bend the knee. With the strap in the left hand. And inhale, come back up, squat. We're gonna go over to the other side, but you can figure that out. And this time, I'm gonna loop up your strap. Do a little loop here. And strap it around the left foot. All right, make that contact of left shoulder into the knee again. And place your hand just to the outside of the left ankle, left heel. Good. And you're gonna kickstand, so swing that right foot to the right, and then face me. Take your right hand and grab the strap and open it up. Good. So if you can't quite reach the left hand to the floor, you can use a block like this, okay, or like this. But whatever your positioning, we're now gonna lift the foot up. So press strong through the left hand, squeeze the knee against the back of the arm and the arm against the back of the knee, and lift. Strong arm. Draw the left elbow back to look up. Good. And then bring that foot back down. So obviously there's many different modifications. In this pose, the bus stop would just be here, or you could straighten your leg. You can play with it, right? Right, good work. Okay, take the strap. Open it up. We'll go to the other side. Okay, strap your foot. Bring your right elbow, or right shoulder into the right knee, and place your hands just outside of the right ankle. Good, and make that nice and strong. Take your hands, your left hand to the strap, and start to pull on the strap a little, opening it up. Kickstand your left foot behind you, or it should be now off to the right. And then if you want to keep going, just straighten that leg, push down through the right hand, and lift your heel up off the floor. Good, and release. Just like we have to be resourceful with the current state of things, you also have to work with what you have. So don't feel like you need to obtain the entire pose to accomplish something. You already accomplished something as soon as you chose to take class, right? As soon as you folded forward, especially those of you who are working from your computer at home I bet a forward fold is an accomplishment right now. Right, so take that strap off the foot. Come into that squat again. And inhale, come up. Okay, walk the feet together a little bit. And exhale, tabletop. So you're still with these wide legs. Bend the knees. Stick your butt back and slide your sacrum towards your head. Good. And inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the knees. Fold forward. Inhale, come up. And bend the knees. Fold forward. Neutral spine. Use your core here. Last one. Extend the crown of your head towards me. Extend your fingertips to the right and left. Draw the navel back. Now interlace your hands behind your back. You can use a strap if you need to. Stretch the legs and arms straight. Good. Rebend the knees. Re-extend the arms. And this time walk the feet close and take chair pose. Good. Clasp the right wrist. Reach to the left. Pull your arm behind your ear. Right elbow back. And then come into prayer hands and exhale. Twist. Make that contact between the knee and elbow and open it to the right. And inhale. Bring it back up. Utkatasana. Clasp the left wrist and arc. Prayer hands. And then we're going to cross the midline to the left leg. Make sure the knees are even. The left hip is going to want to come forward, so squeeze that left, draw it back. Squeeze the outer right hip. Keep it engaged. And all twisted. No better time than now to do yoga, especially the now. One more breath. Extend up. Good, and then release. Okay. We come back into a wide-legged stance. This one you might use your blocks for. I'm going to keep the shoulders over the wrists and keep this part open here. So if you're rounding, that's why I'd want you to use blocks. You can even bring them up one level. And so just start to lift the heels up. Lots of core here. Squeezing the block, or if your hands are at the floor, really working your finger pads and knuckles. Just lifting the heels off the floor. If you're not there yet, just training your body. It's really with soft concentration, directing your energy there. You are building up the strength and muscles. Have to be patient and get out of your own way. If you're impatient or over-efforting, your body won't be able to open up the pathways to being resourceful and to learn how. So have a mind like a child here and be playful. So my children can learn so many languages. They're so much more resilient and adaptable. Because quite literally, their brain is more resilient. You've got hard wiring already set up. So with a couple deep breaths, we can soften our ego and we can find that place where we can be playful and trust that exactly where we are is fine. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate the next one. We're going to work on handstand, bringing the legs out and up. So if that's a little bit scary for you with this handstand off the wall, you can use the wall. I'm going to show you both. So the first one, hands to the floor. You will not use blocks for this. So if you're planning on handstand play from here, move the blocks aside, okay? You can bend your knees in order to get that strong open upper back, okay? So if you need to, bend your knees if the hamstrings feel tight. Keep a strong open heart where the shoulders are over the wrists. Good. And then that energy of lifting the heels up, you remember what it took in your core. We're going to put a little hop, so a little bit more mobile. So dig your hands into the floor, heart forward, and then core. Okay, so that's one version. You can start to play. The second version, if you want the wall. Remember, even if you don't even feel like you're there yet, just use the wall so you can get this out of the way and you can start to rewire your body to tell it what to do, because we don't want this fear in the way, right? So you'll take your hands about 2 handprints away from the wall. You're in that wide-legged stance. If the hamstrings are tight, you can bend the knees. You're lifting the heels off the floor, drawing the navel towards the spine, and then little hops. Even if your hops are here, that's okay. So play a little bit longer. Okay, let's move on. All right, so there's 2 options for this one. If you have a handstand practice, you'll practice this from handstand. I'm sorry, headstand. You'll interlace your hands, headstand, Virasana. You'll interlace your hands, and you bring your hands behind the hairline. Again, only if you have headstand practice, do this one. I'll show you something else to do if you don't. Squeezing the heels of the hands towards the crown of the head. You lift the hips up. And we're lifting the heels off the floor again. And then lifting the feet off the floor. And then slowly bring the feet back down. See if you can do 3 to 4 of those. Those of you who are not practicing a headstand, you can do elbows at the wall. A shortened downward facing dog. Shoulders are over the wrists. And you come here. So go ahead and play. About 1 more minute. Okay. Into a forward fold at the top of the mat. And step your hands under your feet here. You can bend your knees if you need to. And take a few deep breaths in a forward fold here. Okay, and then go ahead and place your hands just in front of the feet. We want to go for that neutral spine and that open upper back. So if you find with your hands flat on the ground that you're rounding, then bend your knees to open up the inner shoulders and armpits. And keep that strong open heart, shoulder blades pulling onto the back. You're going to take the left leg up. Try to square the hips, squeezing the outer right hip crease back. And then lift the heel off the floor. And as if you're leading, the left foot is leading and lifting, but the right foot is almost kicking off the floor. So both legs are active. And you're just going to walk all the way back your mat. So it'll take you between maybe 3 to 8. And you might even go up. Then we'll do the other side. Take a break if you need it. It's fun to practice to do. You get to see that I take breaks too. Okay? So now it's the right foot lifting, right leg leading. If you need to bend your left leg, that's okay. Place your hands about a handprint forward, shoulders under the wrists, and go. You're going to kick up, lift that left heel up. Walking the hands back. And maybe finding a handstand in there along the way. Now, if this one is too challenging, you go back to L shape and you practice this. Tapestry. So a little more play. And pause the video if you needed to practice at the wall. All right, we're going to give the arms a break and just sit for a little bit. So for this next one, you'll use a wall. All right. Have a block nearby. And straddle the wall. And Upavista Konasana. So if you were further from the wall, you could use the block to rest your head into. So if you were further away like this. Those of you who are closer, or like me, have the shorter wall to work with, and get really close, you can just press your forehead into the wall. Drag your heels towards your hips, just a little refinement here. If you can even grab your shins or calves, you can pull up towards your hips. And then hands back at the hips, re-extend your heels into the wall and see if you can get closer. Good, and then slide away. Take the block to the forehead. And with the feet, the feet directly under the hips, press the crown of the head into the block. Good. And then forward fold at the wall. Okay, wide-legged seat at the wall. I'm sorry, at the mat. Hands to the outer hips. Lift up, slide forward. Again, you can use your block if you'd like. Pull forward. Bring your hands out to your calves or your shins. Pull up. And then place your hands back at your hips and re-extend your heels, trying to scooch closer to the block. Good. Now bring your hands underneath your calves. Turtle pose. Some of you may be even able to reach the floor here. Inhale, come up. All right. Pull the right foot in. Come back to this little strap here, this loop. Loop up your foot. Okay, left hand under the calf. Can even be right here. If you want to just put your arm down, we're going to twist open to the right here. So right hand holds the strap. And then first pull on the strap without sliding your hand. So first pull. Good. Then bend the elbow. Try to bring your arm over the right ear. And then if you need to slide your hand a little bit, you can. Draw the right ribs down and pull the right elbow behind the ear. Good. On the other side here. Okay, so the right hand is under the calf, or right hand to the floor, just some point of contact between arm, wrist, and leg. Some of you can even grab the inner edge of the foot here, Visvamitrasana 2. And then take the left arm up, reach for the strap. Now, pull on the strap, but don't slide your hand along it. Point the elbow to the ceiling. Arm over the ear, and let your heart pour through. If you need to slide your hand a little bit, you can. Releasing the neck. Feeling the juice of the practice. Noticing the bob, the quality, the heart quality that's present right now. So much heaviness going on around us right now. It's important to keep it light. Find ways to stay connected. And as I say, to stay calm and yoga on. All right. Okay, we'll come out of that. All right, so plank push-ups. Stretch your legs out. And hips as high as the shoulders. Shoulders over the wrists. So we'll go for 6 to 10 of these. Squeezing the triceps along the ribs. Now, you can do them from your knees. If that feels more supportive. And if you want to practice a more advanced version, try to shift your shoulders over the wrists to this shape. It's a little harder. All right, good. So a little bit for the wrists. Take the back of the hands together. Turn the hands up. One more. Just going to make little circles here over the wrists. Feel the energy transferring from pinky finger into thumb, thumb into pinky, and the other way. All these finer details lead to a stronger practice at the core. It's important to pay attention to even the most peripheral points of the pose, like the fingers and wrists. And then there's something called hypervigilance. We're hypervigilant, like getting 10 jars of peanut butter and 15 things of toilet paper. That's paying too much attention to the details. All right. So for this one, I'm going to flip the wrists in and bring the arms together like this. So if you can't get your wrists to the floor, and roll your yoga mat. And you'll place your wrists like this, making sure that the fingertips can touch the floor. You're going to come in with the knees wide and bend the elbows. The forehead will go to the floor. Make sure you're pressing through all 10 finger pads evenly. And then you'll stretch one leg out, then the other. Your elbows are pushing into the ribs. And then look forward. Cat pose. I'll let you play there for a little bit. Or take child's pose. All right, we ready to move on? Come back to this wide-legged squat here. Get playful again. All right, left elbow to the knee and straighten the back leg. Right hand to the ground, and go ahead and bring that left shoulder underneath. So you may want your looped strap here around your foot. Set you up there. And pressing the left knee into the shoulder, place your hands behind the outer ankle. Good. And then start to straighten the arm. Straighten the leg. Good. Okay, so now you'll reach for the strap as close to the foot as you can, or the outer edge of the left foot. Good. And then lean back. If you need to walk your hand back, you can. And slowly start to straighten the leg. Visvamitrasana. I'm tired. I'm going to come back to that. It's friendship pose. Visvamitrasana. Okay, other side. So you're going to bend the right leg if you needed it. Strap up the foot. Good, and it's left hand to the outer ankle. Bring it under the leg. You can just hold that, right hand under the knee. It's gonna take me a while getting used to practicing with you. And then walk the left hand out. Good, and then slowly start to straighten the leg and arm. So take this shape. And really open Trikonasana, right? Right? Then you're gonna grab the strap, your left hand or the outer foot. Okay, for this version, I'll grab the strap so you can see what it looks like. You can walk your hand back a little bit, and you're gonna lean back onto that hand. Good. Feel that point of contact between your leg and your arm here. And then when you're ready, straighten the leg. Lift the foot off the floor. And rebend the leg and come down. So any version of that pose you just did, good job. It's a lot. Bring the hands out. And a forward fold. You can grab either elbow. Just relax. And okay, walk your feet in to a little wider than hip width apart. So just a bit wider than Tadasana. And you can take the blocks and bring them behind the heels. You might need them. Titibasana, firefly pose. So come down here and huddle. And you'll bring your left and right shoulder in. And the fingertips drape over the blocks. They're squeezing the block. Again, if you have the same issue with your wrists, you can put a rolled blanket to give your wrists a little more elevation, right? So this is a lot of wrist flexion. That's the shape. Your hands on the blocks, your fingers draped over. Right, like this. And if that's just too much flexion, if you put something under here, make sure that it's stable. Even if it's a blanket, just the wrist is lifting, so you can still grip the block, okay? Many different ways to play. Climb inside. And squeeze your knees against your shoulders. And you're gonna sit back. The forearms are hugging into one another and they're parallel. Look forward. Squeeze the arms against the legs and the legs against the arms. And then bend your legs. And bring it back. So I'll let you play with that for another minute or so. Of course, you can do it without blocks as well. Okay, so now we're going to move it to the wall. So bird of paradise. Point your left toes towards the screen and bring your right foot up against the wall. Just hang out like this. Even if your foot's down here, don't worry about it. Your whole foot does not have to be on the wall. As you can see, my heel is off. Right? But if you bring it up higher, your heel might hit the wall. Bring your foot as close as you can to under the hip. It's going to be a little further out. And just bring that right shoulder in. We're just hanging out, doing a little yoga together, right? Airplane arms. This is where you might want to use your strap. You're going to bend your elbows and find your hands back there. You can also hold the strap Just take a few breaths getting used to this bind. And then push your heel away from the wall. Use your core. Once you have that down, we'll bow in. Take the inner groin here back, but then squeeze the muscle above the knee, the quadricep. Bring the heel off the mat, carve your sits bone under. You're here. Good. Let's try that on the other side. We'll get the different angle. Point your right toes towards the screen, or if you're turned around for me, towards the back. And bring your left foot up against the wall. Bring your left shoulder to the inner edge of the knee. Airplane arms, extend them out, and then reach back for your hands. And find your hands back there, or a strap. And then pulse a few times, pushing into the big toe mound. Then bow in. Take the inner groin of the right leg back, but then squeeze the outer right hip. Lift the right kneecap up. Push through the big toe mound on the wall with the left foot, and then maybe come away from the wall. Good. Okay. We want to keep going with that. We'll come from the floor and up. Right? Then come down. Bring your right elbow in there. Right shoulder against the knee. Airplane arms. Twist up and look past the left shoulder and clasp your hands or the strap. Lean into the left foot. Take groin up and back. Now draw the left sits bone under, squeeze your outer hip, and come up. And then once you're here, you can work on extending your leg. And look past the left shoulder. Remember, over-efforting is less important than enjoying and being playful. I have to remind myself of that too. All right, other side. Are you ready? Okay. Take the right shoulder down against the right knee, bend the elbow, airplane arms. Clasp the hands are strapped behind you. Make a promise to yourself you're going to be patient and have fun with this pose. Good. And then you can work on extending the legs straight. Look past the right shoulder. And then come out of it. Good work. All right, so a nice deep squat. If you need support at your heels, you can roll a blanket or roll your mat back like this, right? Just to give your heels a little lift. So your feet a little wider than Tadasana feet. Come down into hollow pose here. And this time we're gonna bring both shoulders to the inside of the knee. Good, then as you sit and squat, bring the arms out. The arms behind you. Good, and then lift your butt up a little bit. Climb outside and just sit in a squat. Take your left hand to the right ribs, pull them through. Do the opposite, pull them through. Malasana, walk your feet towards one another as close as you can get them. And then reach your arms out in airplane arms. See if you can find your hands behind you. Just flip your palms to the sky. Press your knees into the arms. Draw the shoulder blades on the back and breathe easy. Good, and release. Widen your feet again. Okay, so this class is called bird play. We've done bird of paradise. We've done firefly, so at least they have wings. And now we'll do crow pose. And place your hands a little bit in front of you. We've already worked that push-up shape of chaturanga arms. So you already have that going for you. So you lift the hips up and squeeze the knees to the back of the arms. And then come in, one foot and the other foot. The next level of play is to work your arms straight. It's one level of play. Another version of play would be to keep the arms bent and hop back into plank pose, similar shape that we did in the beginning of class. So let me show you those two versions from the side. One is working crow here, and then straightening the arms. Okay, eventually you can go up to a handstand from there. Another version of play. To keep the elbows bent, and then hop back into chaturanga. And then up dog. There's also crow into headstand. There's lots of different ways to play. I guess we did do some headstand class today, so I can show you that one. It's tripod, not shirsasana. So obviously the hands are like this, not interlaced. And I came down a little quicker than I would have liked. We want to try to do it with control. So there's some crow play. Finish up your crow play. And stretch your legs out in front of you. Stack pose here. The hands next to the hips. Sit tall, take the shoulders up and back. And inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale. Hold. And inhale, come up. Okay, take the right heel in. Then you can hold the left knee or the left outer edge of the foot. Just gonna open up this hip joint here. So you can have your strap nearby for this one. Okay. Try to bring your shin parallel to the floor. You can hold with both hands. Bring your foot as close to your face as you can while you open up that hip joint, knee opens. Now take your left shoulder as far in as you can. And then place your hand on the ground. So your hand will be as close to the hip as it can. Okay, the elbow will be bent at first. And just clamp the knee down. Good. Now, put your little loop around your foot here. Okay. And slowly start to straighten both the arm and the leg. The fingertips are pointing out to the left. Keep the elbow back, arm along the ear. And we're pulling first before we slide our hand down the strap. And release. Still squeezing the calf up against your shoulder, so getting it as high as you can. You might be down here. It's fine wherever you can go. And then you're going to extend the right leg out. Both hands are as close to the hips as you can get them. Good. Push down through the hands and lift up. Clamp down with the calf. Strong arms. Good. If you want to keep going, cross the right ankle over the left. And then straight up. I'm a little too close to the wall. Don't be close to the wall. I'm going to do it again with you. So titibasana. And we bring the ankles together. Chaturanga arms, ashtavakrasana. Some play for you. All right. Bring the left foot in. And then you'll hold either the right hand to the knee or the outer edge of the foot. It's a little happy baby here. And hold with both hands. Foot up. Try to bring the foot closer to the midline of the body. And that right knee towards me. All right. So bring your right shoulder under. You're going to hitch that leg. You can even lift your right butt up off the floor. You're going to hitch that leg as high up on the shoulder as you can get it. And then place the right hand down, as close to the hip as you can get it. The elbow will be bent. Good. And just clamp the back of the arm. Both hands next to the hips. Extend the left leg out. Okay. So you're going to squeeze the elbows together. So we're working towards parallel and strong, straight forearms, right? Well, forearms are always be straight because they're bones. But the upper arm and the lower arm, we're working towards straight. Right, so hug to the midline, push down through the hands, squeeze the elbows in, and come up. Ekapada. If you want to keep going, clasp the ankles and stretch the legs out to the left, to the right. It's like a breakdance move. And then come back. Hopefully you've fallen down a few times and you're laughing. Hopefully you're not getting hurt though. I definitely don't want that happening. Okay, so the last pose is going to be pigeon pose. Well, of course, there's Shavasana. Let's go ahead. Take downward facing dog. And then, oops. Here.
Now, for a limited time only,
Home videos is what you get.
$250
Okay. All right, so downward facing dog, and take the right leg up. Draw the leg forward. All right, so we have a deep pigeon pose here, Ekaraja Kapotasana. One of my favorite poses to get assist in. So if you're anything like me now, you can just feel my virtual assist. I'm sending you all the love and alignment I possibly can right now. This is a good time to really find our own alignment, right? Because we can't get the hands-on assist, and it's a different type of connection for our relationship as student and teacher now. So more than ever, this is truly a time to go inside, get in touch with a deeper level of body awareness, get committed to your own alignment, because, you know, this is the human vessel that you have, not just to carry you through, you know, this worldwide pandemic, but also to carry you through the rest of your life. So really use this time to tune in at home while we're practicing together and find your inner alignment, what's true for you. And in the same way as you do this yoga on your yoga mat, it's time to also align with your values. It's a good opportunity to reassess because they change as we move through life. And just make sure that the way you're living is aligned with who you want to be, how you want to show up in the world. And then go ahead, we'll do the other side. And of course, reach out if you have any yoga questions. Any questions. I can't promise that I'll have an answer, even for yoga questions. But it's very important that we do try to stay connected. Stay connected to yourself, of course, first. And stay connected with those who you know who can bring you comfort and guide you and hold space for you. And come out of that pose. And you can take a child's pose here. We'll come onto the back. And lying on the back, pull your knees into your chest. Apanasana. Apana means downward flowing energy. Inhale, push the feet away from you. And then exhale, pull the knees in, squeezing your thighs against the belly. Inhale, fill your belly. And exhale, squeeze in. A few more. Go ahead and stretch your legs out. Flip your palms up. You adjust in any way to make yourself most comfortable. Do a little tension release here. Lift your right foot off the floor and squeeze all the muscles around the ankle. Squeeze the toes, scrunch them up. Even the calf muscles, the knee, the legs. Squeeze, 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 and release. And then lift the left foot off the floor. Scrunch the toes, squeeze the muscles around the ankles, lower leg, the knee, upper thigh, squeeze, squeeze, and release. Squeeze your buttocks, your hips, squeeze your belly, squeeze your low back, and release. Squeeze your ribs, upper back, shoulders, chest, squeeze, 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 and relax. Lift your right hand off the floor, making a fist, squeeze the muscles along the lower, the upper arm, up into the shoulder, even up into the right neck, squeeze and release. And then lift the left hand off the ground, squeeze the left fist, left lower arm, elbow, upper arm, squeeze up into the left neck and release. And then scrunch up your facial muscles, make a face, a grimace, clench the jaw, even the skin on the scalp. Let it feel taut and tight, and relax. Relax the lower jaw from the upper jaw. Release the inner ears. Allow my voice to be background and for your breath to be the foreground. Begin to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, just bringing awareness back into the body. And start to stretch. Notice the state of your mind and your heart. Sometimes it takes a playful, rigorous practice to calm us down too. There's many different ways to approach this. Many ways to approach our practice, and our practice is like real life. Make your way up to seated. Bring your hands together in front of the heart center. Chant Om together. May we always be connected in the sound of Om, and even in silence, my heart to yours, and out to all beings everywhere. Maybe hear this call of Om. The light in me honors and sees the light in each of you. To this I bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking good care of yourself. And while you do so, for supporting me and taking these classes. If you'd like to donate, there's a PayPal link in my About section or on the cover photo of my channel. And please feel free to spread the word. I'm ever grateful. I'll see you on the mat.